It's good to be back. So I was surprised that it's been nearly a week, but he has been busy trying to catch a fish, or more than one. But it is good to get out and get the fresh air. It will be quite the celebration town-wide if he ever lands one. We would give him hints of where to go, but we laugh ourselves silly every time he reels in more seaweed than sea life. Not to say the seaweed isn't alive, but it certainly isn't by the time Saul gets to it. So many things to choose from that could be definitely argued as negative situations in the world. It is not the best news that a certain public servant in a country has threatened to use nuclear weapons. But he's not the only one. And so far, no one has. We would like to say, why do you have them if you're not going to use them? Now that question might make you uncomfortable. It would certainly make most people uncomfortable, especially those who don't have them. But the point is pretty clear. Why do you have them in the first place? Why does any country have them? Why have you allowed yourselves to develop them, use them in the past, threaten each other, not take action against a country that has them in fear of them using them, when you had them yourself? It is the price you pay for having them that eventually you'll have to use them. And no, to set the record straight, we would hate to see that day come to fruition from any country. It is high time you all started working together instead of arguing with each other. Because the end result always seems to be war, always seems to be death, and the means by which that happens The weapons throughout the millennia have always grown worse and will continue to grow worse. Nuclear warheads are pretty bad, to put it mildly. But there are weapons you have not even discovered yet that would put nuclear weapons to shame. We suggest you do all you can to denucleify your armies worldwide. Agree that those weapons are a bridge too far. Much easier to catch a fish. We understand. Maybe if you focused on spending less money for defense, spending less time arguing about what a woman should be able to do with her body, and focused on being more a community of the planet instead of all your individual countries and tribes, you would get further toward peaceful living and enjoyment of life. Indeed, much easier to catch a fish. It pains us how fucked up, really, your priorities are and what you choose to focus on as individuals and countries. You seem most of the time to completely forget that you are the same species, cohabitating with other, much more numerous species. You do not see the fish declaring war on the ducks. Saul has often had better luck hooking a duck when he casts from the shore than he has with fish. You never know what kind of change you can do, what kind of change you can put in motion. Unless you try. It would be a shame to witness a nuclear war. But you should really be asking yourselves the question, what are you doing with such terrible weapons if you don't plan on using them? Certainly you must have realized that eventually, along the way, someone with the ability to launch one would. And your contingency plans for retaliation and survival are laughable in a tragic way. It's as if you are laughing at someone falling down across the street, not realizing it's an earthquake. And now you too have fallen down. Okay.